Christ.
Thank you, guys. Who's up? Disagreements? Yes.
Disagree.
Okay. How are you?
Hi. Yes. I don't know am I supposed to say my name or
You
just?
want to.
Okay. My name is Gigi. I guess I'm mostly on the side of disagreeing because I feel like I don't think that behind this presidency, I don't think that this country is headed towards bright future. I don't think that under this presidency that we are going to stand united. I think that it is going to divide us even more and that it is dividing us. And I also don't think that this presidency is built on a love of all people.
And you motherfuckers are now going around celebrating the death of a man who just wanted to talk to you and give you a platform to say your ideas. This right now, who's all choked up, I guarantee you that this right here is celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. So you and your, I don't think the president cares about all people. You're out here celebrating the death of a man who extended the olive branch to you. You. And this is a few years ago, so these kids are older, so
I feel like whenever I hear Trump specifically talk, there are notions of not black people.
She's celebrated by combing her hair. Leave that sister alone, man. She got her natural hair. Believe it or not, man, that's how all these sisters would look if it wasn't. If without reparations, all these sisters would look like this. Press 1. The fact that you don't look like this black woman, that's your reparations.
Specifically, but people of color being seen as murderers and rapists and.
Because you are. People of color, no niggers. Don't try to throw everybody in there. You guys are seen as murderers and rapists because you are. And even then, people don't see you as murderers and rapists. I go around town fine. I go through the city fine. The only people that look at me crazy are niggers. The only evil looks and crazy looks I get on a daily basis is from niggers. Don't know white people look at me cockeyed. You niggas be lying so motherfucking much. The only motherfucker that ever mean mugged me was a only bitch that ever rolled her eyes at me was some sister. Now I see you haven't gotten your reparations, judging by your hairstyle. But listen, Trump, make an exception for her. Get her reparations. Get her some just for me, man. So she don't have to be. Saddled by those naps, man. Shout out to Christy Webster, a.k.a. Michael Babe Ruth Jordan. The GOAT. Salute. Match Christy Webster. See if you can match Christy Webster. Who here can match Christy Webster? I'm tired of these niggas, man. Lying, acting like they going around town. Let's just look at her, right? Look at her environment. Look at the white people behind her. How many times you think she's gotten a mean mug or a dirty look from these people behind her? Because this is her environment. She lives here. This is where she lives. This is the campus where she lives. How many times do white people give her dirty looks and menacing scowls? They worship the ground she walks on. Exactly. Those white people there tread lightly. If they got a problem with her, the consternation they go through before they address her, and she's a clown in the black community. This girl's a straight Bama lame, goofy clown in the black community. Press 1. Around some niggas, she wouldn't be able to sneeze. Around niggas, this girl wouldn't sneeze because she knows she don't want even want niggas to just look in her direction. Because she know the second niggas look at her, they're going to start clowning her. Looking like some ABA player from the 70s. Look like she playing a ABA. Right? Look like she just came from a time machine and I'm here from 1972. Yo, if she was ever around a group of niggas, and listen, bless this young lady's heart. I don't wish her any. She's just up here lying to all these white people. These white liberals behind her feel they're already confused enough. But for her to tell them that her lived reality, for her to then tell these white liberals who are so confused and so misinformed that her lived reality is one of being like constantly in fear of white people. And listen, I ain't even gonna lie, man. A lot of black people wouldn't bring her around. They'd be like, "Baby, you gotta do something with your hair. Press 1." If she was, if she was going to a cookout, it's a lot of hood black people going to a cookout. Yeah, what you doing? We're going to a cookout today. Oh, can I come? Baby, you gotta do something with your hair before you come. Put a bow in that motherfucker or something. Put a bow, a headband, or some shit on, bitch. We don't like nappy. We don't like being reminded of our nappy ancestry, man. Black people don't like that, man. We hide our naps, man. It's the women. Now the men is different, but the women, you gotta hide your naps, man. Be like, baby, you gotta, yeah, talking about the cookout. She's not invited to the cookout. Charlie could come to the cookout before she could. You be like, yeah, this is my lawyer. Oh yeah, this is my producer. He the engineer at the studio, man. You could get Charlie in the cookout before you get this nappy headed bitch in the cookout. Nah, baby, you gotta do something with them naps, baby. Somebody hand me a hot cone. I can see her friend. I can see her coming the next day. Hey girl, what's up? I'm ready to go to the cookout. And her friend being like, oh, nah, we canceled it. We canceled the cookout. Yeah. They be like, well, why y'all all dressed up? Oh, see, we going to do something else today. Can I come? We got tickets. It's already too... and they go to the cookout. Girls like being with other girls where they know they going to get boys. Like, girls are just like us. You like hanging with niggas that get bitches. Girls like hanging with girls that even not threaten. See, here's the thing. If she could fight, she could get invited to the cookout. If she could fight, yeah. Now, if this girl could fight, she's useful because black girls are always trying to kill each other. So I will say this, but I don't. Who thinks she can fight? Who thinks this girl can fight? And I hate to roast this girl. I really do, man. I take no joy in roasting this girl. But she lying. This girl's not. If she could fight, she could look this kind of way. You could look crazy as hell if you could fight. Because that means we could take you with us and we could talk shit to some other bitches. And, you know, we got you with us. And everybody gonna know why you with us. Anyway, as soon as we walk into place, they're gonna be like, oh, shit, that bitch probably can fight. And listen, she's probably a sweet girl, but she's lying to these people. It's a dangerous lie to tell these people that your lived reality is being like hunted and harmed and white people bullying you. White people kiss the ground you walk on, especially where you live at in this campus. Whatever hall, room 203.
It's specifically targeted towards brown people. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, my question for you is, do you think this country, or do you think that Trump is going to do the American public right in the overall of his presidency?
Yes.
Okay. Are you worried about the state of this country under his presidency when it comes?
You're talking to Charlie Kirk, you moron. She act like she talking to Louis Farrakhan or some shit. You talking to Charlie Kirk. Why you asking these dumb ass one-word questions that you can just say yes or no
to economic setbacks, when it comes to another Great Depression, when it comes to stocks going down, et cetera, et cetera? Are you worried that
No.
he is going, he does not going to do anything like that?
I don't have those concerns. And by the way, inflation's going down and the price of eggs is going down, everybody, big time. But go ahead. I want you to thoroughly complete your argument and then I'll say something.
Okay. I guess basically the point of my argument is,
I don't have one.
I think that President Trump, and I think that this country's view, especially when we're coming now into DEI and we're coming into defunding a Department of Education, we're coming to taking the Tuskegee Airmen out of being taught.
That has been reversed, just for the record.
Okay.
Tuskegee Airmen.
But there's been multiple other things besides Tuskegee, but also like, the whole debate on critical race theory, teaching slavery in schools, teaching Black history, et cetera, et cetera. These are things that are being targeted specifically when it took years and years to even get them in place. I think that this country is built on using the Bible, not even 100 years ago, to defame and to dehumanize Black people. There has been use of the Bible specifically when people used to come into the church and talk about how slaves should obey their masters, and how that's what the whole relationship between white and Black people were. I think that this country specifically has a lot of racist rhetoric that is built in, that is not being targeted. I think that.
So let's try to find some common ground. Is that okay?
That's fine. That's fine.
Can you give me a definition of racism?
So
Racism in terms of, I will say, okay, before I
You
give,
use the term,
yes,
so I want to make sure we're
that's
talking
fair.
about the same thing. Is that cool?
yes, that's fair.
yeah, you've used the term. You've basically called him something, and then he says, like, for instance, ask me, what is a nappy-headed hippie? You, okay? So now you try. What is racism?
I will say that I will state that I am biased because I will be speaking as a Black person, specifically from the United States of America, and not anywhere
nice.
else. But I will say racism is a discrimination against people of a minority that does not have just racism.
I told you these kids are very unimpressive, man. These kids are so unimpressive. Let me say this, though. You notice that she said against a minority. So she excluded herself from being able to be racist. It's only against the minority. So it's not against white people. White people can't pull the race card. Even though she's not very impressive, intuitively she knew to, do that.
But I will say racism is a discrimination against people of a minority that does not have what is racism? Racism, without using the word,
Can't use the word racism.
Can't use the word. I'm trying. A discrimination against a minority class of people in order to create an imbalance in the society or a hierarchy based on something that is undetermined.
Yo, shut up, man. Just shut up. Now I'm starting to get secondhand embarrassment. And I hate that, man. I hate secondhand embarrassment, man. That shit make me feel weird, man. Jesus Christ. These people are awful, man. These people are god awful, man. We're talking about, like, these people are awful, yo. Very unimpressive. Not impressed with any of these young people, man. None of these young people are impressive, man. I meet more impressive, like, 6-year-olds. Like, my daughter's schoolmates are more impressive than these kids. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. My daughter runs circles around these kids, man. If y'all met my daughter, right, y'all be like, oh, man, she's so smart. You ain't gonna say that about these kids, man. These kids are idiots, man. All of them.
As of color, race, the color of your skin, or maybe even color of your skin.
Can you be racist against Asians?
Yes.
Can you be racist against white people?
Wow. She fought that shit. Wow. She's horrible.
On something that is undetermined as of color, race, the color of your skin, or maybe even color of your skin.
Can you?
Somebody said this woman has no brain. She's at where she's at? Tennessee University. Very good school. University of Tennessee. Very good school. She's there. She's probably stirring up trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, talking about microaggressions and shit. And kicking white people out of the Black Student Union and shit. Talking about safe spaces. She probably there stirring up a ton of trouble too. And she's literally a moron. That's your reparations. Press 1. This is your reparations. Not having to be around a bunch of niggas and being around these, even though these people are liberals, they're nice to you because you're a liberal. That's your reparations.
You be racist against Asians?
Yes.
Can you be racist against white people?
I believe that you can have prejudice against white people, but in the way that this country was built and the way that this country has been founded and the way that there are many laws that have taken place, specific like where you were talking earlier with the whole reparations debate, there are many legacies of white people in this country that...
Guys, okay, let's just all take a breath. Gigi's talking.
Which I also would like. I feel like that kind of comes into, yes, we're not all from this country. This is a country of immigrants. This is a country of people from other countries. So let me
give you an example.
So he deserves to die for letting this moron pontificate about something she has no clue what she's talking about. If Charlie would have said, "Man, this is your moron," he still wouldn't have deserved to die. Press 1. If Charlie would have just told this girl, "Look, man, you're in over your head. I don't know how you got into this university. The only way you could have gotten into this university is if they lax the standards for you because you're a moron." Even if he had said that, he didn't deserve to die.
Yes.
If a group of black individuals, which happens unfortunately so often, say, "We want to go beat up Whitey," and they go beat up a white person, was that a racist thing that they did?
I would have to ask for further context, but yes.
Wow. Holy shit, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Share this video. Take the $5 to $10 to $20 challenge. Support the channel. Support the channel, man. Barry B is in the building. Shout out to Barry B, man. If he would have said, "Does nappy hair make you stupid or something?" he still wouldn't have deserved to die. Press 1.
Yes, we're not all from this country. This is a country of immigrants. This is a country of people
So
from
let me
other
give you an
countries.
example.
Yes.
If a group of black individuals, which happens unfortunately so often, say, "We want to go beat up Whitey," and they go beat up a white person, was that a racist thing that they did?
I would have to ask for further context, but yes. Based off of that,
Cool.
yes.
So, but then let's go back to your definition, because your definition was that it had to be the exercise of power. I'm going to make your definition better for you, because
That's
the
fair.
exercise of power against a minority group.
Yes.
But in that case, it wouldn't be, because it would be a group of black individuals versus a white individual.
Correct.
So wouldn't a better definition of racism be a human being or institution prejudicing or stereotyping against anybody else because of their race?
I do agree that is a better there's a better definition in terms of how racism is used in society, in terms of setting people behind, not having equal amounts of opportunities in these institutions, specifically colleges, jobs, et cetera, hospitals. That is my point. I feel like in this country, we don't talk about enough. And I think that under this presidency,
Don't talk about what enough.
we don't.
Thank you, Charlie. We don't talk about what enough. In this country, we don't talk about what enough. In this country, we don't talk about what enough. What the? Shout out to Gauch Merlot. Gauch Merlot said she is a lover, not a fighter. Yeah. She ain't equipped for the cookout. Listen, man, I don't even want to go to the damn cookout. That, you niggas crazy. We don't talk about what enough in this country.
Setting people behind, not having equal amounts of opportunities in these institutions, specifically colleges, jobs, et cetera, hospitals. But that is my point. I feel like in this country, we don't talk about enough. And I think that under this presidency,
Don't talk about what enough.
We don't talk about the history and the impact of long-term racism in this.
That's all we talk about. Right now, Charlie would have been well within his right to say, please. And he still shouldn't have died. He still shouldn't have been killed for that.
Country against minorities.
Can I just press pause?
Yes.
That's all we've talked about the last 5 years. I mean, but hear me out. 1619
That's all we talked about the last 20 years.
Project. We have entire black dedicated channels on Pluto and Hulu and Netflix. We have reoriented the entire national dialogue towards, we had the President of the United States, Joe Biden, take a knee for Black Lives Matter, to have racial reconciliation seminars, to have nonstop race obsession. So I think we've talked about it thoroughly and properly.
So do you think that Black people in this country have equal opportunity and are treated equally as?
The fact that you're here with the level of rationale, reason, cognition, pattern, sequence recognition, IQ, comprehension, the ability to express your the ability to just express yourselves and to, collect your thoughts and convey your thoughts. The fact that you're here and you actually literally should be at she should be literally at a trade school. She should be learning how to she should be literally learning how to knit, or like she should be working on like a assembly line or something. But she's at the University of Tennessee, probably on a full scholarship, plus one, probably on a full scholarship, stirring up big trouble over microaggressions and safe spaces and and unconscious biases, stirring up hella trouble on the campus when she should be somewhere like literally like binding books, or like I don't know, sewing, like somewhere, man, working at a like store, you just gotta greet customers and nothing too involved. But she's at University of Tennessee on a full scholarship, talking about, do you think that black people got it fair in this country? You're the prime example of that. You're the prime example of it. And I hate to do this to the system, man. I know somebody gonna see that, her family members see this, they be mad as shit. If anybody her family see this, they gonna think I'm picking on her. I'm not picking on her. I'm showing you that Charlie shouldn't have died. Look how nice Charlie is to this girl. She's a moron. You think Charleston White would? What do you think Charleston White would have did if this was, if she was talking, if he was asking her questions? What do you think Tommy Sotomayor would have said to this woman? What do you think Corey Holcomb? Charlie was too nice. That's why they killed him. He's too nice. Too nice. That's why they're celebrating his death, because he's too nice.
Absolutely. So let me prove it to you, okay? So Gigi and Charlie. What can Charlie do that Gigi can't do?
Okay, I don't know anything. I don't really know much about you. I don't know
Based on the
what
law.
you're capable of.
No, just on the law. What am I allowed to do on the law that you are not allowed to do on the law?
On paper, nothing.
That's equal opportunity and equal treatment, right?
On paper, yes, that is true. Like, I was born under this country. I am a citizen of America. I am an American. I am a Black American. I am a follower. I am a child of God. We all are. I 100%.
You ain't no child of God. You're a demon. I mean, and it's a lot of y'all. You're a demon, and you're not a child of God. You're sitting here lying to your contemporaries, telling them how bad you got it when you got it bathed in the shade. When the last place she would want to be is around a bunch of niggas. Why she ain't go to Tennessee State or Grambling or FAMU or Bethune-Cookman? Why she in her ass up at University of Tennessee with all these white folk? Because she want to be safe, and she want to be able to express herself. The way she look is an expression of herself. She's like a hippie. So she like, yo, I just want to be myself. I don't want to have to fit into the nigga bullshit. And you can't be yourself around niggas. Press 1. You can't be yourself around niggers. That's why you went to be around these white people, because they'll allow you to be your self. That's your reparations. Press 1. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Cool Cat says, much love and respect.
Stand on that. But I think that basically what I'm trying to get at is, I feel like in order for us to have these conversations and to keep having these conversations, we need to have a specific platform that we're able to meet each other on the
That's this right. She's literally saying we need to have what's happening right now. My God. That's literally what he's doing right now. Yo, look at his face. He's marveling at how moron. Like I don't think Charlie was a DNA guy. I really don't. There's a lot of these religious guys, they're not DNA or IQ guys. They're father in the home guys, right? Press 1. Most of the religious guys are father in the home guys. Listen, he literally looked like he's like, damn. He looked like he's second guessing that shit. Like, yo, it might be, it like literally might be DNA. He literally looked like it might be DNA, man. He looked like he having a eureka moment, man. Like a light bulb just went off above his head. And shit. Like, yo, this shit might be DNA. This shit might be IQ, man. She's literally asking for what's going on right now.
I'm in consciousness of this society, and I don't think we can have these conversations if we do not understand that Black people specifically, because I really can't talk about Asians. I'm not Asian. I can't talk about other.
Why can't you talk about Asians? Why can't you talk about other people? You talk about white people all the time. You've been up here. You've been talking about white people like a dog since you've been up here. Why can't you talk about Asians? Because you're not Asian? Well, you're not white either. And you've been talking like you're a expert on what white people think, feel.
People of color, but Black people in this country specifically have never had the opportunities to bring themselves back up. When you're talking about the destroyment of the Black family, that also came with a big chunk of the Reagan administration, which was forever and whatever ago.
How is it the government's fault of why dads aren't around?
I mean, we could get into the whole, like, the rhetoric of crack babies and crack drug dealers.
So, but isn't it a decision to take drugs?
Oh, no, 100%.
So, and it's a decision to commit crimes.
Yes.
Okay, so the government didn't do that to them. People decided to take drugs.
That's true. But do you feel like these populations or these communities have, in statistics, been overly populated by police officers?
Well,
they're overly populated by police officers. They're literally acting like police is not a job. They literally acting like a police officer is not a job. Like a police don't have a captain, a sergeant, and everything. Like police just go where they want. Like police officers just hang out. Hey, what you want to do today? I don't know. Let's go hang out in the white neighborhood where nothing ever happens. Yeah, I love looking at those beautiful houses up in that rich white neighborhood where nothing ever happens. Let's spend all day riding around up there looking at houses. She literally act like the police don't have. There's no plan to policing. There's no data that they go by to figure out where they're gonna go, what neighborhoods they're gonna be in. She literally acting like it's just a toss-up. You know what, man? I don't like the cut of that black guy's jib right there. Which one? The one that's robbing that liquor store? Yeah, I don't like the cut of his jib either. Let's go over there and with him. God, these kids are morons, man.
Just, you seem like a really sweet person. I don't want to try to be too intense. So they're like, cool.
Yo, he let her down easy. That's like when a tells you got a good personality, but she's not interested. She sees you more as a friend. I see you more. I see us more as being friends. You got a really nice personality.
About the destroyment of the Black family, that also came with a big chunk of the Reagan administration, which was forever and whatever ago.
How is it the government's fault of why dads aren't around?
I mean, we could get into the whole, like, the rhetoric of crack babies and crack drug dealers.
So, but isn't it a decision to take drugs?
Oh, no, 100%.
So, and it's a decision to commit crimes.
Yes.
Okay, so the government didn't do that to them. People decided to take drugs.
That's true. But do you feel like these populations or these communities have, in statistics, been overly populated by police officers?
Well, so just, you seem like a really sweet person. So I don't want to try to be too intense. So is that cool?
Go ahead.
What percentage of America is Black? 13%, right? Yeah. What percentage of the murders in America are committed by Black people?
I don't know the specific statistics.
Yes, it's
50%.
It's 60%.
Yeah, I've been telling people that it's way more than 50. 50 was the old stat. It's 60. I even think it's more but I'm fine with 60. I'm fine with 60. But I think it's more.
60.
So maybe when you do 60% of the killings and you're 13% of America, more cops should be around your neighborhoods.
But there's no cops, and there's not an equal number of cops in the white suburban neighborhoods.
How the does she know that? Because she's from there. That's how she knows that. She's from there. That's where she's from, the white suburban neighborhood. She's from there. And that's why there's no cops there. Because you're one of the only few families out there. But guess what? I know of a place called PG County. I know of a place called PG County. It's a suburb of Washington, D.C. It's the suburbs. And whoo! So they got a lot of police out there, Jack. I wonder why. The suburbs of Washington, D.C. got a lot of police out there. And that's the suburbs, man. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Not as much murder.
The same neighborhoods that are controlling the coke. Like they have cocaine in their houses, but it's not treated the same.
And this is okay, Gigi, because it really is flushing out our different worldviews. You look at cops as if they're there to catch you and get you. We look at cops as they're there to protect and serve and help us.
And that's only because in this country, I mean, police used to be able to drag black people out in the streets and hose them down and sick dogs on them.
She's talking about protests. She's talking about footage of protests and shit. From those old protests when them niggas was walking down the street with Martin Luther King, you know, during segregation. She trying to make it seem like that was everyday life. All that footage is from protests that got out of hand, and the police responded in that fashion. That would be the same thing as looking at the BLM 2020 protest and being like, this is every day. Like 40 years from now, telling kids that, hey, look at this, look at them burning down this Wendy's. That was every day. Yeah, every day the Wendy's got burned. They're like, it's stupid, man. Salute the Baby King, man. Baby King says, here you go. Shout out to Baby King, man. I'm going to bring y'all up in a little bit, man. It's Jesus Christ.
Tear them apart. And we never really had the conversation that where do we get away from that?
We definitely had the conversation. After George Floyd, the whole country blew up under the conversation, okay?
Yes, but it...
After Rodney King, the whole country blew up, okay?
It was a big standing on, should cops be able to do this? When a black person is murdered by police or at the hands of the police, the bullet that came from a police officer's registered
on average,
gun.
how many times a year would you say a black person killed by police?
I mean, at one point it was happening
Unarmed.
at least, okay. If it was happening at least last year, it was going on about... It was at least a month that it was a major case. But in terms of the average city, I don't know the average city.
Right?
I know though, but so in terms of what actually makes it to major media.
Damn, that's the first thing she got right, and she really didn't mean to. My God.
Media.
No,
because
it's the Washington Post's own database, left wing, 10 black individuals a year. So here's my contention. So you have a population that dads are not around, that is very, very murderous per population capita, that is very violent, more likely to be involved in gangs. And we, as conservatives look at that and we say, wait a second, like the problem is within the community. The problem is not the government. The problem is not the culture. The problem is not the history. Instead, really what needs to happen is black leadership, black pastors, and black dads need to go into the black community and say, we're better than this. Cut the killing. Cut the...
Charlie, how can I say this, Charlie? Charles, Chucky. Hey, Chucky, sit down, Chucky, sit down. I don't know how to break it to you, Chucky. I don't know how to break it to you, Chucky. I don't want to burden Chucky with that, man. Let's just let him let's just let him go ahead and think what he want to think.
That dads are not around, that is very, very murderous per population capita, that is very violent, more likely to be involved in gangs. And we, as conservatives look at that and we say, wait a second, like the problem is within the community. The problem is not the government. The problem is not the culture. The problem is not the history. Instead, really what needs to happen is black leadership, black pastors, and black dads need to go into the black community and say, we're better than this. Cut the killing, cut the violence. Do you know the most, one more point.
Go ahead.
Who is, outside of heart disease and all that, what is the number one killer of black people in America?
I know about like diabetes, but.
Fellow black people. A black person is far more likely to be killed by another black person than anything else. Black people are a greater threat to their own people than any other community.
And now I will say this. Each one of these white liberals behind here knows that's true. Press 1. Even though she doesn't know it, every single one of these white liberals that would never say this in a million years out loud, they all fucking know that that's true. And they tell you with every little step that they take and everything they do in life, they let you know that they know that that's true.
So it's not like white supremacists coming into these communities and they're mowing down. It's black on black gang violence.
But that's not okay. I just like to go back to something that you said earlier about like how it has nothing to do with the government. The history of Black people in this country has everything to do with the government. At one point, the government allowed and pushed and raised forced slavery. That was something that this government did. They made laws in the improvement of segregation. So in terms of the long history, you can't take out the fact that government has played a major institution.
Of course, government plays a role. But let's take you, Gigi. How did government... How did government, you gotta move over, man. You're blocking their view. Can you please move? You are, they can't see. You're blocking people. Okay. Yeah, anyway, but Gigi, let me, yeah, all right. So Gigi, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
How did that legacy of slavery prevent you from getting to this school and having a great career?
I think that, okay, I'm sorry, I got kind of distracted. Can you please restate your question?
So Gigi, what I'm trying to do right now, I'm gonna give you a warning, is prove that your own life experience is actually at odds with some of the things you're saying. Is that cool? So here you are at the University of Tennessee, correct? You're a student.
Yes.
You have the whole world as your oyster in front of you. You could study hard. You're going to graduate. You're going to do better than most people in probably the community you came from. Just guessing. I don't know your background.
That's scary, bro. The fact that she's going to do better than most of her people in her community. That is frightening. Yikes. Salute to Eric S. He says, what is her IQ? Man, Jesus Christ, man. I don't know, man. Let me just say this. She may be book smart, even though it doesn't seem like it, because she doesn't know any of the things that you would learn in books. Any of the statistics, any of the historical events, anything that you would learn in books, she's not good at that. Maybe she's good at other subjects. Maybe this is a bad subject for her. Maybe she's really good at other subjects. I would just say it would be very low. I would just say that, like, if it wasn't for, like, if she was in an Asian country, right? If she was raised up in an Asian country, she'd be like selling fruit on the street.
But based on how you're talking, how did the legacy of slavery get in your way?
I will say the legacy of slavery got in my way in the way that I am not a legacy child here. I would say that it got in my way in the way that my parents, my grandparents were not afforded the same, were not at one point even allowed to be on the property of this school. I think that is one of the things that has gotten into this way.
But you're here. It didn't get in the way. So here's the attitude I want you to adopt, Gigi, and I'll close with this. Instead of just looking at everything in the past that's wrong and bad through a victim lens, say, you know what?
It's still going on. Okay.
One sec. Say, you know what? I'm an American, and I'm going to use my mental energy to say, despite all of that, I get to succeed and flourish and prosper as a Black American at the University of Tennessee. You are a living embodiment, Gigi, that you can still succeed as a Black individual.
I would just disagree from the simple fact that I feel like there are a lot of barriers, there's a lot of obstacles, there's a lot of prejudice just in somebody might look at me and not even assume that I could
How
even
do you
get
know
into
what they're
the
thinking?
universe. I'm not saying that I know.
Only people that's gonna look at you and think negatively of you are niggas. Okay? Stop it, girl.
I don't know what people
you just
are
said
thinking.
that.
I'm saying I can assume from prejudices that I know exist in this country.
Hold on a second. I got to go time out. And you know what? If you walk around here and you go see, this happens all the time, and you see a white boy with the short shorts and kind of acting all, you might say he's only there because of his parents. Oh, it happens a lot at these Southern schools, right?
I mean, it happened. I mean, I was raised in Michigan.
Everybody has to overcome some form of bias, prejudice, or stereotyping. What's most helpful? Let's stop talking about it so much and talking about how we can apply ourselves to become better people and better citizens. Thank you so much, Gigi. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am proud to be an American, and I think one of our greatest things about this country is the amazing wildlife and everything that we have, just the diversity of it across the country. Now, I find it really hard to agree. That with Elon Musk about cutting, I believe it was 5,000 federal park workers whenever there are only 12,000 workers and they're already understaffed, and Yellowstone has over 1 million acres of land to care for. I feel like it's doing such a disservice to one of the greatest.
Your podcast law, I agree with you on most things, but I have to disagree with you on comparing abortion to the Holocaust, just because the Holocaust was such a uniquely designed genocide, and I think comparing it to anything else undermines both the tragedy of the Holocaust and the tragedy of abortion.
Okay, so it's a good point. However, you are right in one way. I'll agree with you on, and I think you bring a good point, that the